looking for this?
Welcome back to BoomShot. I'm Kel. This is Colby,
sir.
and it's been a while, but we haven't done a tier list in a long time. So,
Yeah, it's been a minute.
with the recent, I guess premiering of Loki season 2, we decided that it'd probably be a good idea to rank all MCU shows. Okay, starting back to Phase 4, we're not including like the Netflix stuff or
Not yet, at least. We
yeah,
may do
not
that
yet.
in the future.
So let's go ahead and jump right into that, starting now. Okay, so you know the rules. The furthest to the left is the highest up. We got S, A, B, C, D tiers. Okay, so starting up is WandaVision. All right, so what'd you think about WandaVision?
I love that show. The more I think about WandaVision, I think Agatha, whatever they're calling it now, I think they're planning on changing it every week.
The Darkhold Diaries at this current juncture.
Yeah, it was Coven of Chaos. It's been a few different things. Eric Voss thinks they might. Anyways, WandaVision, I think it's an A-tier movie.
Yeah,
show.
Yeah, I think
Loki leads into a really good.
All right, now I'm gonna be really frank with you guys. I have, speaking of frank. Anyway, I'm gonna be really frank with you guys.
No.
I have not seen WandaVision. I did not watch it.
Wait.
I've never watched it. So he gets the final say on this. But I kind of know what happened. I mean, I know what happens. So, and I heard it was pretty good. So
wait. Hold on. What do we have? Hashtag Kale watch Daredevil.
Yeah,
or something
Kale
like
watch Daredevil. That was when was that? That was a while ago.
This is one of the better ones. So I think A tier is good for it.
Yeah. So I mean, next up we got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So this show was it ran through a lot of problems because of the way that its plot line kind of ran similar to COVID. So it kind of got some reshoots and rewrites. So,
yeah, I think that's mostly what kind of messed it up.
Yeah, I mean, I loved John Walker. I thought he was a great villain antagonist figure. And then obviously you get the introduction to what's her Valentina or something like that? Is that her name? Okay, I'm just making sure. It's been a while since I've seen her on the screen. So.
I just call her Val.
Yeah, I call her Val. So, so in the introduction to the Thunderbolts, that was pretty cool. Obviously, Sam Wilson is now Captain America, and then you still got Bucky in there as well.
Yeah, so I think it's going to tie into the Thunderbolts a lot.
Yeah.
At least 3 characters right there. And then also we may see Harrison Ford come in. Mm-hmm. And it could tie into the new Captain America.
I think because of the reshoots and the rewrites, and some of it just didn't make a lot of sense or it wasn't executed that as good. So I think this is probably your standard B tier. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
It's like
I think it had some really high moments, when Sam and Bucky fight John Walker, in the hangar or whatever it was, the warehouse. That was actually pretty good. It felt Winter Soldier-esque.
Yeah,
it's probably the closest thing we've had to that hand-to-hand besides Shang-Chi since then.
Yeah, and I think the moment where John Walker decapitates the dude was also. I mean, that was pretty cool.
And they may actually show that in the new Marvel Spotlight.
So next up is Loki. This is what our channel was founded on, dude. This is and having watched. This includes both seasons of Loki, by the way, because I think this is the only show so far to get 2 seasons. We've got What If season 2 coming up. So, but anyway, what do you think about Loki?
It's goaty, dude.
Yeah, it's goated.
It's goaty. I think it's automatic S tier.
Yeah, it's an automatic S tier. It would be up there. It'd be an S tier with all of the other Marvel projects, in my opinion.
And I think that's true. Yeah, if you rank it up against the movies, I think it's right up there. But season 1, I think we would have had an S tier. I mean, it sparked our channel. And then season 2 is even better, in my opinion. So
I didn't think they could top season 1, but then season 2 came out, and I was like, okay, it definitely beat it. But Loki's just had such a great character arc in the show. Like, he had a great character arc in the movies, but then they kind of rewind it, and then they did a better character arc than what he had in the movies. So, I really enjoyed this show. I really enjoyed the supporting cast. It had its own lore to it, which made it that much more intriguing. And it also has big ramifications for the MCU. So I think overall, just a tightly written show. I would give it easy S tier. Yeah. So next up we got What If, and this show is a very interesting concept. It's got a fire theme song, by the way. I will say that. The What If theme song it's gas, but. This show, I didn't hate season 1. Some of it felt pretty useless, but then at the very end, it kind of tied together. And toward the later episodes, it definitely got better.
Yeah, and I think the whole concept of that is you could see it as everything is filler or nothing is, because it's What If. I mean, it's all technically canon, but most of it probably won't ever come into play. It's just a what if scenario. So I enjoyed it. I'm pretty excited for season 2 coming up.
Yeah, I mean, you had the zombies episode. I mean, I got to see my boy Ultron again. That might elevate it just to S tier by itself.
Yeah, that episode was cool. And then Strange Supreme, it looks like is coming back. Next season 2. So I think it'll tie in.
I mean, we got Avengers Mario Kart. Can you really complain about that? So I think like just by concept alone, even if you didn't like it, which I'm not saying that I did like it, but I think just by concept alone, I'd give it B tier. What do you think?
Yeah, that's where I was thinking right there.
Next up, we've got Hawkeye. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I really like this show.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch it now that it's getting to be Christmas time. I think it would be a good show to rewatch, and I feel like at this time, I don't think I had watched Daredevil.
No, I don't think you had.
Neither of us had actually. So I think it'd be interesting to go back and watch just how they portrayed Kingpin, even though he wasn't in it that much, and like how they built up to him. Yeah. But even had not knowing about Kingpin as much as I do now, I think I enjoyed this show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the setting, and obviously Kate Bishop was a great addition to the MCU. The overall story was pretty good, pretty closed down, I would say. But I mean, I definitely did like it a lot, and dude, Rogers the Musical was fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's got Rogers the Musical, and then it's gonna tie into Echo. I mean, we got introduced to Echo. Yeah. And I think that'll be pretty interesting because I actually enjoyed that whole backstory about when he was Ronin and he killed her father. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool how they tied that in. So. Yeah,
I think I'd give it A tier. You think?
Yeah.
Maybe behind WandaVision. I think that's a pretty solid place for it. Next up, we've got Moon Knight. Oh, man. Moon Knight's a really interesting one. I think it's probably one of the better written ones, for sure.
I enjoyed Moon Knight a lot.
But I think one of its biggest drawbacks is that it has it's not that it has almost no action in it, but it's like all of the good action sequences.
Yeah, this needs to be Spotlight.
They got cut.
This needs to be Marvel Spotlight because we did get a little tease at the end. Yeah. So I did enjoy it still, and I think it could benefit from more episodes as well, because there's a lot to tell there with that story. So,
do you think it's high B or low A?
I'd probably give it A tier, honestly.
Above or below Hawkeye?
I don't know. I think they're both kind of. What do you think?
I feel like they're kind of neck and neck. So next up, we've got Miss Marvel, and probably a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I didn't mind the show. I actually kind of liked it.
I think it was slept on, dude.
Yeah, it definitely was.
And now that the Marvels has come out, I think people are starting to realize like how good of a character she's going to be, and already is. So,
yeah. I think I don't know. It had some problems with like plot. I think, and like it lacked a villain for a while, and it probably got a little bit too big for its like. For the character that it was dealing with at this current juncture. So, like, going into the clandestines and stuff like that. So, I think that didn't work for it, but I think, like, the cast and the characters, like, the actors were so good that I would probably still give it a high B. What do you think? Maybe
that's
below what if, or...
I think it's kind of in that range. So
okay. I think we can leave it right there.
Yeah, I enjoyed that show, and like you said, I enjoyed the aspects of, like, school, kind of like we talked about in our reviews. I think, like,
that's real.
Similar to Homecoming. So that was probably my favorite aspect. And like you said, I think later in the season they kind of moved away from that, which I get, but I don't know. I enjoyed it overall.
Yeah, and then last or not last, but almost last is She-Hulk, man. What did you think about this show?
Look, if this is your favorite Marvel show. I respect it. I really do. I mean, it's not my favorite.
It's not mine at all.
It's not my favorite, but I mean, if it's your favorite, I mean, no disrespect. I mean, I respect your opinion, but it's probably my least favorite.
I think. I mean, is that fair? Is that fair?
It's hard to say because
I feel like it is fair because if we go ahead and rank Secret Invasion, I would put it C tier.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, like Secret Invasion, it has the same plot problems that like Falcon and the Winter Soldier has, but it's also executed worse than Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I would say.
It lost me at the end, dude.
Yeah, anyways, it definitely lost me at the end.
She-Hulk, I see what they were going for, kind of similar to WandaVision, I guess, like the sitcom type deal where WandaVision was doing like different eras of sitcoms. I think that worked really well. Yeah. But I don't know. I would have liked to see more of like one storyline in She-Hulk, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And also Scar at the end. I'm not too excited about that. He looked kind of like...
It just looked goofy in general.
Like Scar is supposed to be this absolute beast. And if he's going to be in the Young Avengers or something, like, I don't want to see him like tossing an apple or something. I want to see him destroying stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It was just... It felt kind of it felt very goofy to me. Maybe that... I mean, I guess if that's the vibe it was going for, it succeeded. But I just didn't like it.
I actually didn't mind the finale. That actually tripped me out when she was on the Disney Plus screen.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably one of my more favorite episodes of this, because I feel like they tried to reconcile what the rest of the show was doing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess like She-Hulk was okay, but I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of her character yet. I mean, the best part about it, in my opinion, was Daredevil. So,
yeah, and I don't know. I'm excited to see where they take She-Hulk, especially now with Marvel Spotlight. Hopefully Scar will become a beast and we'll get some kind of Hulk storyline with actual like savage Hulks, but I don't know. I feel like people are really craving for that. We haven't had that since like the 2008 Hulk movie.
Yeah, literally. It's been a while. Or I guess 2012 Avengers is the last time we've like really seen
it. He's pretty good too,
and so that leaves Secret Invasion as our last show, and I think you said it best. It was good or decent until the very end.
Yeah, and also I feel like it was too obvious that it was Scrody.
Yeah, I called that episode 1.
Yeah, it was too obvious that it was Scrody, and also like so they were saying that all this stuff wasn't real, that like he was an in-game when he was crying and stuff, and when Tony died, like I don't know, man, like it didn't land with me at all. I mean, Rhodey's like one of the OG characters, but I think they took it too far back, like. Yeah, he didn't even get to see Tony die.
It would have made more. Yeah, I guess that's technically true. Which we still haven't even seen the ramifications of that whenever he gets done. But yeah, it was just I felt like the writing was, for trying to be a spy thriller, I was left shockingly in the know, and that just doesn't work with a spy thriller. But I mean, it was okay until the very end, and then now Gaia is definitely the most powerful character in the MCU, and it's not even close.
Yeah, and she became broken, and I don't know. And they killed Maria Hill off like super early. I wish she would have got more time because into the first episode, like it felt a little early.
Yeah, I feel like it would have hit harder had we gotten to like episode 2 or 3. Yeah. But and I think most of the problems that we have with any of these shows is probably due to the fact that they're all 6 episodes and they don't reach their hour-long time limit that they have. So just when you have less time and less episodes and you don't use the time effectively, automatically it's just not going to be as good as it could be. So
6 episodes hurt a lot of these, and then like especially Moon Knight, like not being able to go TVMA, which now they're doing. And now it looks like they're going to be giving more episodes. So I feel like they're starting to, and they're releasing them at once, which people have called for. So,
but that's our thoughts. Obviously, we leave it open to any feedback or disagreement. But let us know what you guys think. What's your list, and what do you think about most of these shows in general? And thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.